Hi guys, coming at you again. This is old Rusty, Central Texas, USA, and what else? That's it. Bye. Anyway, it is Saturday morning, May the 15th, 2016. It's about 9:20 a.m. Temperature in Central Texas right now is about 76, 77 degrees. High today is going to be probably in the low 80s. So it's warming up. Warming up. So today I got a couple of things I'm going to cover real quick. Uh, One is I got a lot of, I say a lot, well, I got several comments, and I'll go through those right quick, and uh, and then we'll move on to another issue. Okay, ready, set, go. Uh, anyway, I did a video about this weirdo dancing in the rain. I thought he was stoned. Apparently, I don't know what he was on, but anyway, I got a comment that says It says totally stoned and drunk. Uh, I agree with that. I think he was totally stoned and drunk. But who cares? The funny thing, the police didn't do anything about that. As far as to the guy posting dog lips, there was another viewer that commented and said he apologized for the action of his fellow man or something like that. What you got to realize is whenever you expose yourself to the whole universe of people, and I can imagine what politicians go through, but doing videos, I mean, people all over the world, USA, everywhere, see these videos. Not many, but a few, and the ones that take exception, they'll shoot you a comment. And my comments right now, they run about 98% favorable. But every now and then I get some people that don't like my stuff, which doesn't surprise me. I know I can be controversial. But that's just me, folks. I'm just giving you the unvarnished me. So, anyway, there was a comment about. So, anyway, just ignore people like dog lips and all that crap. That's going to happen. This was a comment. I knew I was going to get some comments on me talking about transgender. I knew it was coming. I just didn't know when. I knew it was coming. So they started drifting in this morning. Uh, One of them was during that trans video I did. I mentioned that that the government uses federal aid or cutting off federal aid as a way to get things done. In other words, they'll tell the people in North Carolina, look, we're going to cut off some federal funding for highways or schools or whatever if you don't jump in line. And anyway, a viewer posted that Texas loves federal aid when a disaster hits. That's true. Every state does, and that's why the federal government is there to return our money. It's our money to us when we have a need. But to compare that to the transgender issue, to say that natural disasters have the same, I don't know how to explain it, have the same impact or whatever as like transgender. That's bullshit. That's crap. A natural disaster affects millions of people. Whereas this transgender issue, there's only two of them in the whole United States, or less. I'm not sure how many there. I mean, it's less than point 0.3%, whatever that is. That's not even the population of this county I live in, probably. But anyway, uh, so the fact that Texas loves any state loves help from the Fed, not help, but the return of their money during natural disasters. So again, it's hard to relate that to the transgender comment, but I understood those transgender things I was talking about were going to bring out the fangs, you know what I mean? And that's how it works. I mean, nobody comments and says, "Well, yeah, I agree with you" or something. Maybe they do. I don't see any. But the weak people bark, and the squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's why the queers went from nothing to basically taking over the government and other things, as you're well aware of. And they're the good people that are working 8 to 5 Monday through Friday and other hours, whatever they work. They don't have time to study politics and all this crap. They haven't got time to pick up a sign and go protest at the state capitol or the national government or national level. So, there's no voice for them. Their representatives represent corporations. They don't represent the population. So the people that are the general population out here, the working Americans, are just left out with very little, if any, voice. And that's why I'm speaking out. That's the way it is, folks. Anyway, here's another comment, totally different issue. Let's be sure I got all of them. Yeah, okay, that was that. That was that. And this was another one about, I did some videos driving around, and a viewer commented, basically, what GPS app do I use? I don't use GPS at all, and the reason is two reasons. One, I'm the old school. I'm age 70, retired, live full-time RV, and I'll use Google Maps. I'll do that. I'll do a Google search for distances and different routes and so forth. But as far as using, having my phone on with, using the GPS with the little line and stuff, I don't do that. Both my boys do. My grandson does, but I don't. I just never got into it, and that's the way that is. So again, in response to what GPS app do I use? Not any. Then there was a comment related to my video on Newt Gingrich for VP. Apparently, this guy had a hard time agreeing with me, but he said, "I actually agree with you on Newt." So that's good. And I replied that it's probably hard to agree with me sometimes. I'm old school, but my opinions are what they are. They are mine, and probably a lot of people about my age in Texas and different rural areas of the U.S. probably have similar opinions. And nobody's speaking out for them. Nobody. Nobody. And very few of them are doing, if any, are doing YouTube videos. One, because they don't know how. Number two, they wouldn't do them if they did know how. So, I'm just doing these, number one, because I don't have anything else to do. I'm retired and it gives me something to do. And so, again, thank you for agreeing with me, by the way. I really do think Newt Gingrich would be a great VP for Donald Trump, but we'll see how that goes. Then the video I did titled "Trans What?" I knew that was going to spark some interest, and it did. It did. This one viewer, I won't mention their names. I don't care really. It says that my video was insensitive and should be removed. Now, see that's where the liberals whip the conservatives all the time. A conservative more than likely wouldn't have even responded. Okay, they would have just, the guy's an idiot or something, and just let it go. But no, the liberals will come at you. They'll come at you. They come at you. Okay, they'll come charging at you. And so anyway, she says I think it was a she. She says it was insensitive video and should be removed. Uh, anyway, and I just replied with a general comment that, in my opinion, which is my sacred little opinion, just as good as yours, lady, just as good. And I pointed out that this whole thing is created by the media and the politicians. Why is this happening now? Ask yourself that. My God, people, think. Why is this happening now? Why now? Well, it's to force states, number one, to take a stand. And North Carolina's taking a stand. Now there's 7 or 8 other states that have taken a stand. Texas took a solid stand. They told Obama to stick it. They're not changing shit here. And that's why I wish Texas would secede. I do. Because we don't need the federal government to tell us how to run our school districts. That's why Donald Trump, if he gets elected, that'll be a big plus. All this crap will stop overnight. Overnight. Gone. And but it's just created to create another issue that favors the liberals during this presidential election. That's all this is about. They set this thing up perfectly. The timing was just, it's like it was orchestrated, and I'm sure it was, because the timing is perfect. First you introduce this new thing called transgenders. They appeared about, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, just kind of a little soundbite every now and then the sound bites got more and more frequent, and then all of a sudden, instead of it just being lesbian, gay, bisexuals, it was LGBTs. Now we got a whole shit pile of them. So, but I don't care about it. Lesbians, gays, bisexuals, have a good time. Transsexuals, I'm coming out against you. Totally, totally. Why? Because sooner or later, some people just have to stand up, dig in, and say, bullshit. That's it, guys. The pendulum ain't going any further than this way. It's going to start to come back again now, okay? Same thing with some other things that are happening in this country. That's it, boys. And all it takes, and I read this, it's an old statement or comment made years ago. All it takes for evil to rule is for a few good men to do nothing. Basically, it means a few good people to do nothing. And that's basically what we've had happen in the U.S. for the past 30 years is the good people, the working people, the people that pay the taxes and do the work and get the things done have not voted. And if they have voted, they didn't have the right choices, unfortunately. But those that were sitting on their ass collecting federal benefits, uh, you know, they had time and they had signs, or somebody gave them the signs and $20 and said, "Go stand over there with that group, and we got to get a picture." And but anyway, transgenders just created media event, political deal. Look at the timing. You know, let's see. Let me think. What's happening now? Presidential election going to be very close, possibly. We got to get Hillary in there. And you know, if Hillary's elected, folks, I got to tell you, you already know it. If you think it's bad, if you think this is bad now, they're going to come out with trans chickens, trans ducks, whatever you can think of. You know, they'll have. We may elect a turnip for Never mind. Never mind. I don't want to go there. We may already have. We may already have. Ah. Anyway, enough said on the comments. Thank y'all, whoever made all those comments. I appreciate it. Even though, you comment. If you don't like what I say, I don't care. Bothers me 5 cents. Anyway, well, I got something here I'm going to read. I went on the internet this morning. I was just scanning the news like I usually do. I go to Google News. I have my little news page set up so I don't have to look at all the bullshit. But here we go. Texas, the lieutenant governor would forfeit billions over anti-transgender discriminations. He said we ain't taking a dime, basically. The Texas Republicans come out against transgender directives. So the shit has hit the fan in Texas. But the interesting thing is it's not only Texas. Utah's in there now. And I can't remember the other states, but there's like 5 more that came out against it, and I think there's a total of like 12 states that right now are saying, "Screw you, Obama." And but it's not screw Obama. It's the administration. But anyway, we know it's not the administration. It's the political process. It is the political game. The strategy is right now to get you to believe, number one, that the transgenders exist by the millions, okay, that they're everywhere, and they're poor little people with their heads down, and they're being bullied at schools. That's the illusion that they're trying to create. Then the next step they'll take is, oh, these poor people, they're being discriminated against. All right, well, I hate to tell you this, folks, but we discriminate by living. All right. When you get up in the morning and you eat food, you've discriminated against every other type of food that you didn't eat. All right. And the type of car you drive discriminates against every other type of car you could have driven. So we discriminate naturally. It's just the way it fucking is. Okay. So anyway, transgender, do you think what will happen now? This will all end up in the Supreme Court. And I can tell you right now, since we have an evenly divided Supreme Court, now we got 8 Supreme Court justices, not 9. One died, interestingly. And Scalia will be the balance, okay? Well, I can tell you where Scalia will go on this issue. Transgender's in. That's it. Nope, that cow's been there too long. But be that as it may, Hang together, folks. Vote for Trump, in my opinion. Now, you check him out. If you don't like him, that's not a problem. But compare him clearly, issue by issue, with Hillary. And if you agree more with Hillary, then I'm sorry for you. I mean, because you're lost in the fog. But be that as it may, uh, I knew this was going to be an issue. I just didn't realize that the timing was going to be right in the middle of this election just to uh, produce another issue. And it's not, it's a non issue. It's like abortion. Abortion is a non issue. That is not up to the federal government. Period. Period. That is up to that woman and her family. And if there is no family and it's just the woman and it was me, that is my body, honey. That is my body. And I'm going to do what I think is right. And if I want to get an abortion and get rid of this child that may not know whose it is, that's me doing it. Me. So anyway, but when the Supreme Court ruled in Roe versus Wade, way back in the 70s, that did it. Well, see, the Catholic Church hates abortion. Okay? They hate contraceptives. All right? But that shows you how wrong religion can be. You know, contraceptives would save millions of lives. I mean, we've got children born to families that cannot support them. Cannot. You know, and all over the world, not just in the United States. But, you know, you come out with these families with 5, 6, 8, 10 kids. Come on. You know, and the guy's unemployed, or it's a woman and she doesn't even know who the husbands are. You know, but anyway, I am totally for abortion or woman's right to choose. That's what I'm for. I guess you'd say that. And as far as contraceptives, I think a man would be very wise, and a woman too. They got plenty of stuff for women now. You know, if a woman gets pregnant now, it's because she wants to. Okay, and it's always been that way. Always been that way. But see, anyway, what else is going on? I've got a demo today doing the beer from hell. It's Ziegenbach is good beer, but Ziegenbach, Kolsch, Texas Kolsch. I think it's only distributed in Texas, unfortunately. And but I have to tell you, they tell me they sold like 4 6-packs of that stuff in the past week. They got it right next to the regular Ziegenbach, okay, on the same shelf, little space like this. I know what happened. Somebody just walked up there and saw Ziegenbach in big letters, and underneath it in little print says Texas Kolsch. You can't hardly read it, okay? So what happened was they just saw Ziegenbach and picked up that 6-pack of cans, and out the door they went. And when they got home and opened that can and took a swallow of it, they spit and hit El Paso, Texas, okay? Because that shit is crap from hell. But anyway, all you people that posted comments, thank you. I appreciate them, whether you agree or not. So what? For those that you posted positive comments, appreciate it. I really do. Would I stop doing them if all my comments turned negative? No. Because I'm not doing it for feedback, positive or not. I mean, I like the positive feedback. Anybody would. And it's just normal. But do you think the negative impact? No, not a bit. I mean, it makes me realize what Donald Trump must be going through right now. You got to know that his hate mail stack is 100 feet high, and why I don't know. Anyway, enough said. Weather today is going to be a little warm, not too bad. And y'all have a good day. I'm going to have a good day. I'm turning off my Toshiba Chromebook, baby. This is the greatest thing since fried chicken. I love my Toshiba Chromebook. It's really neat. Okay? It cost me $238. I've had it about a year and a half. And when you open it, boots up just like in about 15 seconds. You're on, and you've got the latest version. You don't have to upload or download upgrades. No. Everything when you open that up and turn it on, you got the latest version of Chrome. Your Chrome browser is up to date. So anyway, enjoy your day. Carpe diem. Thumbs up. Adios, amigos. Bye. 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 Bye, 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 bye. Ta-da. Adios, amigos. Where's the, oh, there it is.